visitor here today. Can we say hello? This is I standing up very high. Hello. It's just she and I here today. So we're being extra cuddly wuddly. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to be using the new beautiful Pat McGrath Bridgerton collection. So I'd never watched Bridgerton. Pat McGrath announced this and I'm like, okay, well obviously I need the collection, but I guess I had to watch the show now on Netflix. The costumes in this show are gorgeous. Like the creative person behind all of the costumes and the sets and everything, it was so beautifully done in that way. I don't have a lot more to add to this intro other than I have used this a couple of times. It is, well, if I could get the snap to go, like look at the back and just how beautiful. I mean, Pat McGrath palettes, they're just pieces of art, but there are the colors, and like I almost hate using them because I don't want all the details that are pressed onto the powders to like go away. Especially, here's the highlighter, especially in the highlighter. Like, can we, like, hello, this is gorgeous. How am I supposed to use this? What's that reel that's going viral? This is a work of art. This is a work of art. Yep. All right, well, let's go ahead, jump straight on into it. I have a couple of other new like face products. I actually have a lot. Like I have a lot of products to film with, and obviously I'm not gonna be able to use them all in this video, so there will be more videos to come. But let's go ahead and jump on into it. I'm gonna do eyes first. Wow, we are looking good. Been at work all morning since 6:30 a.m., which means I got up at like 4:30. This little puppy hair is a funny one because every product I use, she wants to smell it, like give her approval before I use it. Don't ya? I'm gonna start off by priming my eyes with the Jouer Cosmetics Clean Canvas Primer. It is my goal in 2022 to make sure I am like looking up and in shot for every single thing I do, because I have a tendency to look down, and I apologize. Maybe I just need to hold this mirror differently. Just love the inside of this palette. I want you to be able to see the way that the eyeshadows are pressed. So all the mattes have a design pressed onto them. This one's kind of like, I don't know, it has a little bit of an iridescent to it, so I wouldn't actually classify it as a matte. And then it says, the base of the mirror, it says flawless, my dear. I'm gonna grab the M504. And I'm gonna start out with this lightest pink shade. It's called The Art of Swoon. And I'm gonna use this as my transition shade and just start working this in. I'm gonna grab the deeper plum color called Plum Regalia. I think I'm saying that right. I'm gonna take that on my JH33 brush, a nice pinched one. I'm just going to build it up here on the outer half and then blend it up and into the crease. Now I'm going to pull it out here in this direction because I feel like with this palette, it's kind of that, it's the look from that era where they were very much into like blush and blown out looks. So that is what I'm going to try to imitate today. And obviously anything I want to clean up, I can do so afterwards. And I'm going to grab a little bit of the light pink shade from before and just kind of go over the edge of that and buff it out. Now this is my only thing with this palette, is I almost wish like one of these pink shades was not there and there was an even deeper color so we could really smoke it out. I'm gonna take this M506 brush and I'm gonna grab this color here called Love Match. This is the darkest color within this palette, and I'm just gonna deepen this outer area up. Like, it's obviously deeper and darker. I just was hoping for like even one more step darker to even deepen it up even more. gonna grab my JH41. I'm gonna grab the deeper shimmer shade called Duchess Divinity, and I'm gonna take it in almost kind of the center of the lid, apply this and blend it into the deeper shades. I'm gonna grab my JH42. I'm gonna grab Iconic Ingenue, and I'm gonna take this and apply it like right on the very inner part of my lid. Kind of like blend it like I'm gonna cut the crease, sorry. I'm not worrying if I'm pulling it over too far. In fact, maybe I should, because I'm gonna go on top of it with the special shade. It'll kind of help blend those two together. So like if you wanted to do like a very kind of not in your face look, this would probably be the way to do it. Now I'm gonna grab the Pat McGrath Artistry wand. And it's so interesting because it's a click button to get it to go up instead of a twisty. But you have to be careful because if you push too much and get it to go, like you have it come up too much, you can't get it to go back down. So pros and cons. But I'm gonna take this and kind of right in the center of this area, I'm gonna apply that Artistry wand. And you could even apply it like with your finger too, like rub, as my mirror almost hits me in the face. Can rub your finger on the tip and then apply it right there to the lid, and you can see it kind of removes some of that shadow underneath, which is just fine. And then I'm going to take the special shade in the palette called Regency Blue just on my finger like so. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And I'm going to take it and lay that down right so you can still see that creamy color, and you can still see the shimmery kind of mauve color, but this is gonna go like right in the center of that. So good. So you can see the difference. Like this would be like a normal average type look, and then this is the Pat McGrath like bam over the top look. Just taking a tiny bit of the Regency Blue on the JH42. Obviously I wiped it off of the previous shade just because I want to like perfect the outer edges of it, which you really can't do with your finger. Yep, drank all my Coke. Funny story. Not funny, actually. It's not funny. It's not a good situation at all. So I'm not making light of it. But like there's a legit shortage on like almost everything in the world right now, right? Freaking sucks. Coca-Cola is one of those things, and it keeps going in and out of stock of all of our stores around us. And my dad actually came down the other night, and I had told him, I'm like, we're out of Coke, I can't find it. He found Coke, he brought me Coke, and he even like set it up in our garage. Like he took it out of, we have like a place where we keep all of our drinks and we set them up. And my husband's kind of OCD. He likes to have everything look perfect. So my dad comes in with all the Coke and he sets it all up the way that my husband likes it. And like, it was just like the cutest thing ever. Love that man. I love both of those men. I'm just gonna grab a little bit more. Yes, there we go. I feel like I lost some of that mauve shade, shimmer shade. I always just like to go over the edges of everything again to make sure they are the way I want them to be. And you can see I definitely have some fallout. Not too crazy, but so I recently picked up the By Mario, what is the actual name? Master Pigment Pro Pencil. This is in the color Perfect Brown. On this end where the color is, that's where the brush is. I've used it quite a bit since I've got it. And then on the other end is the pencil. I think a brown line with this will be perfect. And I have been obsessed with this pencil ever since I got it. Just gonna line my eye. I'm gonna kind of pull it up in a wing. And then here I am taking the brush. This pencil just makes it so easy. I was like, really, am I really gonna like buy into the hype and buy like an expensive pencil? And I'm gonna kind of drag it here on the outer edge to elongate that wing situation. You can tell just like with this look, it's what it needs, and I'm just adding some more depth and dimension back to it, because after you blend it, you can lose some of that. It's just So good. And I never thought I would rave about an eyeliner pencil ever. I feel like a brown with this look is like the perfect complement. It's where I feel like a black might be too harsh. But I mean, if you want to do black, go black. I'm gonna take this JH48. It's kind of like a little concealer brush. I was recently in Las Vegas and they had a Morphe store down there, which we don't have one here in Utah. And so I was like, I gotta go to Morphe. They were sold out of like so much. I think it's again like with all this shortage and everything that's going on. It just like nothing was there and I was kind of disappointed. But I'm just taking some makeup remover on this and I'm just gonna kind of wipe this up and give it a nice sharpness and get rid of all that excess that we put down before to give it that blown out look. I like to blow it out and then sharpen and clean it up at the end. And then just look straight on, make sure that your angles are close enough, because if you sit and try to make it perfect, you're gonna go crazy and it ain't gonna happen. I'm going to apply my foundation now, and I have 3 new foundations. I have the Dior Forever Matte, I have the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation, and I have the Jaclyn Hill Complexion Collection Skin Perfecting Blurring Tint. Let's go in with the Charlotte Tilbury today. I've tried mixing the Charlotte Tilbury with the Dior, and I actually was pretty dang happy with it, I'm not gonna lie. When I apply it like this, it looks like it's gonna be too light. When I blend it out, it works. I'm gonna take my Anissa foundation brush, and I'm gonna press this in and work it out. Get rid of that fallout. The nice thing about this foundation, I mean, obviously I wouldn't let it sit forever, but you have time to work with it. I do feel like it gives a very beautiful finish to the skin. Obviously, it's not like super full coverage. I always feel like I look weird like this though until like I finish everything off. So I don't want you to judge anything just yet. Next, I'm gonna grab the Jaclyn Cosmetics concealer. I bought this under eye brush set from Morphe while I was there. So I'm gonna grab this one. It's the JH19. Everybody has been talking on all the Jaclyn Hill Complexion Collection stuff. I have my opinions. We're gonna save that for another video, but it does dry down fast. So I'm gonna go in, blend it out one eye at a time. You can see the difference. I really am liking this brush for my concealer and under eye area. I'm gonna set this down with my Givenchy powder. This is the number 2 Satin Blanc. I'm gonna take this on a puff and press it in here. I'm gonna take this powder by Beauty Creations, their powder foundation, and this is just a IT Cosmetics brush that I love to push this in with. And you can see I'm not like swirling and swiping around, I'm pushing it in. I'm sorry guys, this is a bougie makeup routine because I got Pat McGrath, I got Dior, now I got Gucci, I got Tom Ford. I don't know how we got here, I'm sorry. But this is the Gucci bronzer and it's in the shade 02 and the Tom Ford bronzing brush. That is my obsession. Just gonna bronze up the face with this. It is pigmented AF. The undertone of this bronzer is like perfection in my eyes. It's not too orange. It's a nice, almost neutral toned bronze. And you can see when it comes to the face, I don't like to go in with brushes and swirl around. I like to push the pigment down, because if you start swirling on top of foundation, you're gonna mess up the foundation. It's just like the most perfect undertone bronzer. I don't look too orange. I just look bronzed and tan, and I love it. So good. And I mean, the packaging is beautiful. It's gorgeous. My husband was giving me crap because it came with a pouch, and he's like, anything that comes with a little pouch means it was expensive and I don't want to talk about it. And I just say, yes honey, you were right. I'm gonna go into my Scott Barnes contour palette with my Amazon contour brush. I'm gonna grab Carve and Dice and just stipple that on right at the hollows of the cheekbones. See the difference? Because I can. I feel like this side looks even more lifted. I'm not going to drag it like all the way over. I'm going to keep it more towards the hairline. Boom. Gonna take the other one. Going with hashtag shade. Can you tell I use it a lot? Wow. I'm gonna take it under the jaw here. And I'm gonna take my Lexi nose contour brush with the lightest color that I've used already, called Carve. And I take it and I just do 2 little lines on the top and bottom of the tip of my nose. And then take a little down the sides here with the floofy side. The blush that we have to use with this has to be the Jaclyn Cosmetics Rouge Romance from her Bougie Rouge. Can't remember, she said she was watching some show like this when she came up with the idea for this collection. I'm gonna grab the beautiful one and only Rose and Ben C41. I will never use another brush for my blush. This is it, like one and done forever. If you do not have this brush, you're missing out. You could use it for so much. Like I almost want to go and buy a couple of duplicates so I can have one for blush, one for like powder foundation. It just hides the face so nicely. The handle on these brushes is just, it's beautiful, and it just fits your hand so nicely so that you can hold it in the back like this, like you're supposed to, where it gives you like the best control and gives you the most blown out flawless finish. I can't say enough good things about it. So glad that it's finally mine. I need duplicates. Let's see, I think for this look I want to do a brighter blush. So I'm gonna grab Fantasy and Forever. I'm just gonna tap into both of those and just start tapping that blush in. Do I do it as crazy as all the Jaclyn cosmetic ads? I mean, when in Rome, right? Why not? It's not like I'm going anywhere. I'm gonna literally wash my face and go to sleep. Okay, like I feel like that process, like I drag it up in almost a C shape around the eye. I'm not hating it though. My whole face decided to break out with cystic acne here last week when I was out of town, and it was very depressing. Like, it was so bad. Let's do some brows because I feel lost. I just went to Ulta today and they had this new product. It's by NYX Professional Makeup. It's the Thick It, Stick It Thickening Brow Mascara. I got the color Cool Ash Brown, and I think it's similar to like their brow glue, but it has, wow. They said it had fibers in it, and I'm seeing some fibers. Let me show you this. I really hope they're like picking up on camera and that you can see all the fibers. Fibery goodness there. We're just gonna coat the brows and stick it. Per their marketing slogan, not my own. Still feel like I could use a little more definition. I'm gonna go in with the NYX Lift and Snatch, and this is in the color Ash Brown. And I'm just gonna ever so slightly go in, especially here in front, and add a couple of extra strokes. Apparently I have a harder time speaking while I'm doing this because concentration level is intense. I'm gonna grab the Rose and Ben C31. And I'm gonna take this little Huda Beauty stick foundation just because I feel like it's so easy with this step, and I just barely tap, just a slight amount. And I'm gonna go in and just on the very top, and when I say top, I'm not meaning like over the pink. I'm literally mean like right above it. I'm gonna start pressing this down, and then you can take it here on the inner part, but that's just gonna help with anything that you are feeling is looking like not the most blended or maybe a little out of place. You can do this with your foundation or your concealer. Just by the time I get to this step, that's all usually dried up on my hands. So this stick is just the best for my situation. Now I'm gonna grab my Visart shade 04 Ivory, and I'm taking that on an M124 brush. It is so worn out because I've used it so much, and I know exactly what it is. I'm gonna take that and put it right under the high point of the brow and then blend it out. But I took a little bit of the 04 onto the corner there, and you can see the difference in the two eyes just with that step. I'm gonna take my Rephr 03 brush. I'm gonna take Plum Regalia and Love Match together, ever. And I'm just gonna work that onto the lower lash line, pretty much the entire lash line. I'm just gonna take this brush that I used earlier and work it and like blend out the edge. Now, if you look at this brush, you can see it's obvious that I used it like with the pigment on one side. I want that side to be facing up when I'm doing this to blow this out, because I want it to push up into that lower lash line and not drag onto the under eye area, but it's gonna help to blow out those shades. Now I'm going back in with the JH44, and I'm gonna grab a Regency Blue. And I'm gonna take it and right at the center, just tap that on ever so slightly to give it that little ooh, ooh, and ooh. Okay, I'm gonna hurry and apply my lashes real quick. They're the Ardell 858 3D foam minks that I love, and I will be right back. I'm gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Now that that's on, I'm gonna grab the Bridgerton highlighter. It is the Divine Glow highlighter. It says iconic indiscretions and whistle down notoriety may result with prolonged use. This is in the color Incandescent Gold 002. I did pick up during one of the recent sales the Pat McGrath like highlighter brush that she always uses. So you'll take it, give it a little drag, because I don't want to swipe too much because I don't want to lose that. And then pull it up and highlight. So this highlight is definitely like that yellow, green, gold tone, like undertone. I was hoping it was going to be a little more icy, because like on me that yellowy, goldy tone isn't always the best, because the other one is like a bright yellow, like Fenty Trophy Wife vibes, but still beautiful. I'm going to give some mascara on my lower lashes here. Now for the lippic. I have a couple of new lip products. So I love the eyeliner so much that I go out and buy a lip brush or a lip pencil. It's the By Mario Ultra Suede Sculpting Lip Pencil in the color Johnny. Here's Johnny. Again, brush is on the side where the color is, and then the liner is on the color where there's nothing, or the side where there's nothing. Obviously, because you're gonna shave this side down, right? So I just think it's helpful to know, like, looking at it, which side the brush is gonna be on without a question of a doubt. And then I like to take the brush and just kind of brush it along the edges to kind of like clean it up and give it a sharp edge. Obviously, I'm pinching off the excess product between each swipe because I don't want to move it around on my face. But that right there for me makes this whole pencil worth it. I bought a new lipstick today while it was at Ulta, and it is the new Anastasia lipstick. It's in the color Rose Dream. It's a satin lipstick. It's like a bullet, like it feels like an actual like bullet. It's a really pretty pinkish color. I'm really hoping it works with this. I know myself. Gonna grab my Lawless Wedding Day lippic, and just in the center. Now I'm gonna grab Rose Dream. And I'm just gonna work it along the sides. I chose this color because ABH Cosmetics did a post on their social media where they said this was the perfect everyday pink. So I'm like, well, I gotta try it since this collection didn't have any lipics. Okay guys, so that is it for the Pat McGrath and Bridgerton collection. These were the only 2 things that I did pick up. I did not get the blush palette. I have bought so many blushes here recently, like so many blushes. And I'm like, I like blush, but I don't love blush that much where I need like, oh, I need like 500 million blushes in my collection. Eyeshadow palettes is a different story, but blushes, I don't need all that. But that's why I just went for the highlighter and eyeshadow palette, what did I just say? The eyeshadow palette duo. They are so beautiful. It's so different than anything else I have in my collection. I know it originally sold out. I know she just restocked it again. So if you have not purchased this and you want to, it's limited edition, go and grab it because once it's gone, it's gone. And then all these other new goodies that I showed you. I've had a lot of new goodies to show and I still have more. Looking at my stash right here. So I'll be showing you even more new goodies here in the future, but in the meantime, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, go ahead and give a big ol' thumbs up. Leave any comments, requests, questions, anything down below. Subscribe to my channel if you have not yet. What are you waiting for? And while you're there, go ahead and hit that subscribe button or the notification bell right there. Join the Allie Ann clan, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.